Alright, now that I got the links spread around, should be good. Look over here. Game capture. This over here. Double check. Looks like good. Alright. Looks like my audio levels are good, but that should make sense given I'm just playing on my desk. Oop. Put that to the other audio. I don't think I liked that. Stream's not showing it. Hold on, let me close game and bring it back up. Because I flicked the audio device after I started it up. Why is the... Wait, hold on. Is the audio device is being stupid again? Aha! Yes, it is. I blame a Windows. Yep, there we go. Now it's working. Fixed it. Yep. With the Ultra Fix. Half because I want to get the achievements for this, and half because... this version is easier to record. I will say I love the little animatics they did for Origins to match up with Mania. Also grateful they did, at least did the fan acknowledged that yeah, this takes or CD takes place between 1 and 2. Also, hey, Buckshot.
Sally, you know the stream proper to see your gameplay.
Throw it up here real quick as well, make it easy. There we go. Yes, I've seen the...
Unsurprisingly, that run I did edited in a resounding success.
Ah, that surprised me. I think the only way to get the cutscenes is by doing the story mode.
Indeed.
Well, I'm gonna do all of them anyway at some point, so just start this over. AJ found...
Actually, I don't remember. You might be able to get the cutscenes individually. I don't remember, though.
May as well do it anyway, because again, I'll just come back to this and do it later. Okay, fair enough, Swat.
I'm always weirdly happy when the Sonic 1 boss theme gets recognized at all.
Not one of my favorite boss themes, but it's not a bad one either.
It is very simple, but it also never gets recognition past the first game. Like, the only time it is ever remixed officially is Advanced.
And that's because one of the bosses is straight up a redo of
In X Zone, there is a redo of Sonic 1 and 2's first boss.
Yeah, they
so both next.
There we go.
Then you fight the actual final boss.
Which is weird to put the first bosses in the Final okay. They've done weirder because they had... How many times has the Wrecking Ball been redone? Because
A few.
it's in... Yes, obviously in this one. It wasn't in Game Gear. That got us the dash back and forth, which I think is worse.
It was not in Game Gear. It's in 4.
It's in 4, it's in 3.
It is in 3.
Yeah, this
Forgot
guy's
about
saying...
that one.
Yep, I didn't because hi, Mecha Sonic. Gee, I'm a sucker for the evil
It took
clones.
me a minute because it's been a while since I played 3, so it just did not immediately come to mind.
Yeah, it's in advance, like you said. It's in 4. Oh, I swear to God, there's one more. Also, yes, I'm going
No,
for the Emerald.
Superstars did not.
No. Superstars did not. Mania did as the actual boss.
I think I know what you're thinking of. It's in Forces.
Is it in there too?
Yeah, Classic Sonic's first actual boss, which is in Green Hill, is first the Wrecking Ball machine, and then it transitions into the Egg Moon.
Okay. Which that feels like something they would have done for generations if they didn't be so stingy with the bosses in that one. Because I'm playing Origins, I get the spin dash, I get the drop dash, which, thank you! The game built with them? No. Do I care? No. I like going fast. I'm missing my freaking insta-shield anyway. Grumpity grumble grumble.
Okay, the one in Forces is actually replaces the Wrecking Ball with a Saw Blade, but it is still the same boss.
It's the same plot. Didn't think I had to do that early, but one problem with having these be much smoother than the original version is an indent as well. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, as a
Bingus.
general reminder, if you want more coins, you're gonna have to get lives. Because I think the way it works, life boxes are replaced with lives, and extra lives you get from rings will also be coins.
Yeah. But there's only
Because they put the life system in Origins.
well, if you're playing in
When you play an anniversary mode.
yeah, which mission mode is based on. I wish this had the proper Genesis ROMs to play it the vanilla way, but shenanigans.
And I have my original copy of Generations for that.
I mean, that's for 1. You don't get 2 and 3. Because I have at least the ROM
No,
pack.
but I have
from-
those on Steam because I got them before they delisted.
Yeah, same. I have those, and I have physical cartridges, so... Not a problem with me. I'm just saying, for any game that does a remake, please put the original in there.
I will say, as someone who has played a ton of 1, the Origins version of 1 does feel very good to play.
It's literally just a tweaked up version of the mobile port. So, if you liked that
Which
version...
I understand.
Yeah. It's the retro...
It's nice to have, but the drop dash kind of actually makes Sonic 1 flow faster than it normally would.
Yeah, on top of having the spin dash.
Yeah. Well, the spin dash is technically not a new addition to 1.
Yeah, I generate the Genesis, the Ages version, the mobile version. It's been added in a couple
The
times.
Game Boy Advance version.
That's why I said Genesis. Because that's what that was called. That was Sonic Genesis. But...
I suppose. I forget if these versions still have the problem where hitting spikes twice basically gets you killed immediately.
usually they turn off the spike bug. Because it's a bug. Yeah, the biggest issue here is that because the thing is on widescreen, the spike has a little harder to hit.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a problem. This boss is piss easy normally.
No. Oh no, it actually is vaguely a challenge.
It is vaguely threatening.
Oh no, the horror. Because you've brought up that you off stream more often. Your favorite of the Genesis games is frickin' this.
That's because it's like literally one of the first games I played, so you always have a soft spot for those.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen me.
So I have countless memories, countless hours, and countless very quick playthroughs of this game.
Yeah, the same way how I am with, since we were just talking about this conversation before the stream, how I am with,
Mario 64.
Bingo. I know that game has flaws. Do I care? No, because I know that plays better than my own, where I live.
Like, I have mentioned this in conversations we've had in the past, but the first, like, 4 video games that I have, like, concrete memories of playing as a kid, were, Sonic 1 and later Sonic 2 I found was in our library somewhere. While I have played 2 less, I also do not like it nearly as much. And I also Mario 1 and Mario 3.
All good games.
Mario 1 would have constant replays due to getting Mario Bros. Deluxe later on GBC, Game Boy Color. And then I've played Mario 3 so many times.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Might be my favorite Mario game still to this day.
I mean, good pick for 2D. I'll give you that. I don't remember if I've actually properly finished 3 or not, or if I just seen a bunch of it to know it well.
As a kid, I know I did. Later on, I finally did. Yeah, I did too. I had that version.
Oh, I need to cheat in Duck Hunt. I've tried doing the cheating with Duck
Walk
Hunt.
up the screen, fire at point blank.
No, I tried doing the other trick, the shoot the light bulb. It doesn't work.
That one I was not aware of, I don't think.
That's always been a superstition, at least as far as I can tell. There may be a difference between modern bulbs versus older bulbs, but I haven't got it.
I will say, I've definitely gotten a sensor by the work by pointing my Wii remote at a light bulb.
Yeah, you want to do that or candles. You just need infrared. But in terms of my first few games, most of them are from the N64, because that's what we had first. So, Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wave Race, fuck you game.
Jeez.
GoldenEye I sampled, but for a smidgen of time, my parents did try to enforce, the age ratings. Until my dad, literally one day after, like, a day in first grade when he picked me up from school, he was just like, hey, do you want to play Metroid Prime? And I'm like, but it's a rated T game. He's like, nah, it's fine, don't worry about it. And then Mom was just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, come on! And then after that, it was around slightly after the divorce is when Dad gave me the fucking orange box on Steam. So I was ready to play, and I was like 8 or 9 at that point. Mom's just like, fuck it, whatever, just don't commit any crimes. Yeah, my dad is a stirred shit. But yeah, in terms of my first few games, a lot of it was like stuff on N64. So I think that's part of why I'm just so used to playing stuff like that. And then got the GameCube and got a lot of stuff on that. You think I would have enjoyed the shit out of Smash? No, I didn't own Smash until Brawl. I skipped the first 2.
One other weird game from my childhood that I have nostalgia for, because it was the first Game Boy Color game we got, was a Buzz Lightyear game.
Huh. I think, because I remember the first 3 games, so when I got my GBA, the first 3 games I got was the SpongeBob movie game, which weirdly is a decent 2D platformer, but my biggest complaint...
Yes, it is.
I never finished it.
Actually, that one I haven't played on GBA.
Yeah, but it's not terrible, but I never finished it or got that far, just because it had a password system.
I want to say that's because a lot of the GBA SpongeBob games around that time may have been way forward.
You know what? That would make a lick of sense. It has some good-ass sprites, and they usually go to sprite work.
I know they made, like, camera pants, or, no, Creature from the Krusty Krab, so that's, like, the one I definitely know for sure they did.
Okay. The other 2 games was Wario Land 4, which is how I got into the Wario Land series. and why I'm very upset we never got one, enough have soft spot for time, because...
No, these are all THQ published.
Yeah, it was THQ.
But WayForward was GBA developing.
That makes sense, yeah. But, in terms of the other game was Wario Land 4 and Mario Pinball Land.
Mario Pinball Land!
Yeah, I have a soft spot for that game. It probably was what got me into liking pinball, but also, it's hard to find a good, like, set of pinball games nowadays.
Yeah.
Because other than, like, what, Pinball FX, there's not a lot of,
Like, just core pinball.
Yeah. And I want a fucking table at some point, but I just don't have the fucking space.
It's always very easy to get hit in this section. There's so many fireballs.
The fucking caterpillars. Not my least favorite enemy, but up there.
In 1, they are definitely among the most annoying. I think there are one or two badniks that I would give more aggravating ratings to.
In 1 or in general?
In 1 specifically. I'm not talking about slicers in 2. We don't talk about slicers.
I was gonna say, we were on the same fucking wavelength on that one. Fucking slicers, man. The worst.
The fact that they were back in Sonic 4 did not help.
Sonic 4, Mania, I think, brought them back, and I think, they know they're terrible.
Like most, I will say like this much, most of Metropolis badniks are up there among the most frustrating in the entire series.
Slicers are just the
but
worst.
in 1, there is a nuke in Springyard I tend to have more problems with.
The blue fucker?
Not the Sonic-alike guy. The guy who has spikes on his head and back, I believe. And you have to like roll into his front. It's the only way you can actually hit him.
Gotcha. What's a clean, that a million or 100,000? Miscounted.
You're 100,000.
Okay. Also, yeah, the Black Knight 2000. I've played that machine. Yes, that thing does slap. It's a bitch of a table to play, but
4 and 5 are where these start to get more complicated.
a little bit, yeah. I don't hate...
Typically, if you need to know where the correct path is, rings are going to be your friend.
That makes sense. There's a continue. Yeah. Vegas!
Ooh, that was lucky.
Vegas!
That was, I think, because of the increased speed. I don't think you would have made it across otherwise.
I don't hate these special stages. They're not my absolute favorite, but they're mostly harmless.
4 gives you control over the arena, which is both a good thing and a bad thing.
Which apparently is based on this game's prototype. Because the prototype of Sonic 1...
me too much.
Yeah, a lot of stuff was clearly based on, like, old prototype stuff in the office. See the fucking boss theme being a, remix.
Oh yeah, continues are also coins.
Yeah. The remix, the boss theme in 4 was, the beta 3D Blast boss music.
Yeah, that one I found out much later.
Yeah, which don't care for it. There's a reason it was in the prototype and not in the final game.
It's okay, and I will say this much: I'm more so okay with it because it only plays during the first 4 hits of any boss.
Yeah, but then you get the fucking pitch music, which ain't much better. Also, am I on Act? No, I got my.
You're in Act 3.
Yeah, so I don't need to worry about rings. Got it.
You are in the act that has a massive shortcut in it.
Was that directly over here?
You're not there yet.
I half remember what you're talking about. I don't think I've ever actually done it.
I know where it is, and I can definitely point it out when you get to it. You can't miss it. So, like, when I say you can't miss it, there's no way you can be on a path where the shortcut is not.
Gotcha. Okay, it's one of those situations. Give me that shield.
Bear in mind, I'm slightly delayed because it's not, directly to feed on Discord, so I will just tell you when I see it.
Yep. I don't think the stream delay is too bad. I have it set to...
I was gonna say, it's not gonna be much, because obviously I can see the difference between where my circle lights up versus not.
Yeah.
It's not far in, though. You may already be coming close to it, if my memory is correct.
Yeah, you gotta go...
Because it's in the upper right corner of a room with some lifting spike jumpers.
Shit!
Okay, you're gonna have to run back, yep. Or take a ride back. I think there might be a thing over here.
No.
No, you gotta run. First act, forgiving with those. Second act with these, or that. Act 2 is forgiving with these, Act 3 is not. That's the best way to explain it.
Yeah, which makes sense. You've done the challenge already, so they're like, don't fuck up, dumbass. I can't process all this blast! What's worse, this fucking, bridge zone with actually having an auto-scroller, or this level?
I'd say bridge still, but again, I'm more used to this game. Yeah, I think it is in the upper right of the room you're in right now. It's a big wall.
Yeah, this one. Okay, now I remember.
Then you go right, but be careful, there's another dropper at the exit.
We're good. Don't worry about it.
As soon as I finish saying it, I see you crash into it.
Don't worry about it. You!
Those are all over this upper section, so just be mindful of that.
Yeah. One is definitely the most... Fuck. Damn!
Well, just take that back over.
Yep. As I was trying to say, one is the more platformy of the bunch compared to the later games, which is a bit more,
speed-focused.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing, mind you, but I kind of like some of the core platform the first game has.
Yeah, like, it's not even bad platforming. The bigger issue is honestly because Sonic is such a speedy little goblin, it makes some of the more simpler, like, brick-to-brick platforming that'd be more comfortable in a Mario game feel a bit weird. It's not bad, but you can definitely tell they're learning how the fuck you make a game based around a speedy motherfucker.
This is another boss that's made kind of weird with the widescreen change.
Yeah. Well, part of it's also just like by aspect ratio that he's raised slightly higher than he's supposed to. Oh, shit! Oh, fuck off!
It was still there.
Okay.
Also, he did fuck off.
Yeah, but... So I just need to get... last 2 emeralds.
You need 2 more, because there's only 6 in the first game.
Yeah. I'm more just trying to think out loud. I'm like, okay, so I got 2 more left, and I'm going into Springyard. This should be fine.
Yep, Springyard.
Because fuck trying to get 50.
You have till the end of Starlight to get them anyway.
Oh, so I forgot that Scrap Brain doesn't let you get them, which is weird and dumb.
No, I always thought it did, and then I think later I learned, no, it actually does not.
I mean, it... Totally intended. Cope. What the fuck is with that signage? Seriously.
I think it was one of the engines they were using. I remember looking it up at some point.
That always fucks me up now that and I can't unsee it. Just like, yep, there's this big giant Cope sign right there. Right, and it's right at the start of this stage, too. Like,
I will warn, it is very easy to just accidentally lose your rings in this level, so...
Yeah, I know. Again, I've actually beaten Sonic 1. It's just been a while since I've touched this.
It actually has been a bit since I've played it, too. It was probably when Origins came out when I've last touched it.
And I can tell that for some reason this is getting me... Ooh, fuck you.
Here comes this guy.
There can be only one Sonic.
Oh, the platform took off. It's not coming back. No. Low path it is. Part of it is Stockholm, but I do like this level nowadays, even though I got stuck here all the time as a kid.
I mean, it's one of the more... You can get some good speed in this level if you know what you're doing.
Well, part of why I like it nowadays is because there's a lot of weird pathing you can take in this level where you go through a lot of the walls.
Quadrant Demonstratum.
I don't think that one leads anywhere. I think that was just some rings.
Yeah. If this was 3, that'd be a big ring.
Yeah.
Which, my preferred method of getting special stages.
Yeah, I've never liked 2's method of using the actual, special stage. Not the special stage, the checkpoints.
The checkpoints, or getting 15 going to the end.
15 going to the end still makes sense, and they did reuse that in at least for episode 1. I forget if they did for 2.
I believe it's in for episode 2 as well, despite that using that fucking half-pipe.
Also, there's the bad nickname question that I was talking about.
And, CD reuses it as well.
I believe you are at the end.
This feels like it's close to the end. Because most Sonic 1 stages are not that long. If you're gonna be
That's why I told you this would take an hour. And no longer.
Yeah, my problem is the fact that, especially if I'm going for, special stages, I will take my sweet-ass time.
That's still fine. They don't take that long to complete either way.
Yeah, and then
this is the one that's the hardest, though. At least from my experience.
I guess.
It's the longest and very easy to follow.
Oh, that's it. Stop pinkusing me!
And the bumpers are in, like, the worst spots in this one.
Context for why I referenced that fucking ancient meme, in the old-ass Brain Scratch commentaries playthrough of Sonic 4, when they did the special stages in that, especially because those ones are riddled with fucking springs, they edited to where every single time they hit a bumper, it just went pingus. So it's been a running gag for all their future playthroughs to sometimes bring that joke back.
Oh, I think you are all set on this one. Gotta get the thing.
Hey, Buckshot!
Well.
Good shit! Commentary.
At the last possible moment that something could have gone wrong, it went wrong.
Commentator's curse, man. It is real. No matter how big or small you are, it will fucking happen. This one's not bad, it's just tedious.
Well, part of it, too, is right here, that particular goal, I always end up in that one. The one that has, like, some rings pointing down it.
Fair enough. Also, I had some jumps with the fucking springs. Holy shit. I'll stop referencing Pingus if you let me through! There we go.
6 is just you spawn right within the room with it, so that one shouldn't be as bad.
Mm-hmm.
Getting the special stage will be the problem. Because if you don't get it on this act, you have Labyrinth to go through, which you can get special stages there, it's just hard.
It's a pain in the ass because it's fucking Labyrinth Zone.
And then Starlight usually gets doable, from my experience, but it is easy to lose rings there too.
Later's what? Pingus. Where I said I would stop referencing it. I know, fuck! Hey, how's it going? Fuck!
As I'm staring at the Sonic 1 back next to him, what would you say the most iconic Sonic back nick is?
The side Motobug? Ah, fuck.
Yeah, because Motobug is, obviously, it's one of the first you see.
But my problem is
Crab Meat is another one of those. I see it and I'm like, oh, hello.
Crab Meat, coconuts.
True, despite being in 2, coconuts is widely recognized.
Coconuts, well, the part of the problem is also the ones I'm immediately thinking of is coconuts and Grounder, because they're in...
Scratch at that point.
Yeah, because of the cartoon.
Yeah.
Even, I don't give a shit about, Adventures of. I'm gonna... I have infinite restarts, I'm gonna fucking use these form with the ring.
There are a lot of rings in this act, and if you do get the good jump at the end, there is like a nice little cache of rings, so...
Right. The problem is the ones I typically... the problem is a lot more of the more iconic, Dr. Eggman creations I think of, or more of, like, the specialty stuff, like, you know, the variant Robosonics and stuff like that.
Right.
Not necessarily the individual enemies. That's kind of the thing, is there is more variety of Badniks and enemies in the Sonic series compared to, say, like, Mario's gallery of enemies, but Mario also uses them a lot more often. You see Goombas in, like, damn near every game, whereas even Motobugs, I say they're pretty iconic and classic, they still barely show up, and...
Yeah, each game tries to use different ones. Though I will say, I think Buzz Bomber is one of the only ones that's had repeat appearances throughout the series.
Buzz Bomber is pretty consistent. Bubbles for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more if you like a Fuck! If you're thinking of certain enemies, that shows which games you've played, more than likely. Like, for me, one thing that sticks out, and this is not even a Badnik, technically, is the gun robots. Because my first true Sonic game was SA2, so of course I'm gonna think of the gun robots, those beetles,
Well, the gun beetle was very iconic by the time you played that, so...
Yeah, because you're hunting for those motherfuckers all the damn time for...
Plus Coconuts is an adventure, and we have Blader eventually, too, for that same reason.
Blader, yeah, well, Coconuts is also an SA2. Like, Coconuts actually has a fair amount of reappearances. They're not as common later, but they show up a fair bit.
They do.
But yeah, it's more the fact, like, I think I would argue Eggcons nowadays, just because they are one of the few that actively have made reoccurring appearances since Heroes, because they came back in Colors, they're back in Gens, but a lot of shit's back in Gens, and...
Oh, right, I knew there was another Badnik in Sonic 1 I was forgetting. I said there was, like, a couple I would rate more annoying in this than Caterkiller. I just remembered the other one. Heavens forbid, I don't know how he didn't come to mind until now.
Orbonauts?
Yes.
Yeah, Orbonauts in this game suck! And they've come back plenty of times, too.
Yep, they're in 3, I think they're in 4.
I think 3.
There is a shield at the bottom of that mess of bumpers, by the way.
Well, isn't there a version of Orbonauts in, 3D Blast, even?
Not 3D Blast. There is an enemy that has, like, a singular spike ball orbiting him, but there's no enemy that has all of them, like you're thinking.
Okay, it's similar species, not same thing, got it.
Well, it's also not an orb. Like, the creature in the middle is not an orb at all. He is, like, some spiral creature with goggles.
Oh, right, I think he was in the intro. But, yeah,
You're at the end, practically, by the way.
That doesn't surprise me.
Alright, this is the last, jump coming up here.
Oh, yeah, this one. Yep. Held down.
I fail that one all the time. Doesn't matter, you got what you came for.
Okay, but yeah, Badnik design is cool, but it shifts and shays a lot. No more than Green Hill and Marble 8-Ball. You could ever have playing fucking something like Mania or Generations, where it's like, what do we mostly remember? Green Hill and Chemical Plant.
To be fair, I like that people remember Chemical Plant. It's one of my favorite classic zones, if not my favorite. Also, that was a quick emerald.
Oh yeah, it's not that hard. Sonic got them all!
Yeah, so you are done with special stages, alright, at this point. You just have the other half of the game to go.
Yep. But, yeah, I think Mega Man kind of has the same problem, but because there's a lot of actual variety, it's hard to say which one's like, if you're thinking of enemies to represent the franchise, who do you pick? At least with Mega Man, you have Sniper Joes and Mets.
And Bats.
Yes, Tons don't show up as often. Joes and Mets are usually in every fucking game. Like, the Bats are...
There are a couple, but they have a fairly recurring track record, and there's varying canon enemies, but, like, not necessarily all the same ones.
Yeah, but the big ones is Joes and Mets, because those are in every... And even then, I say every game, every classic game. They're not as recurring in, X.
Oh, and of course, there's every Big Eye wannabe as well.
Yeah, that's more of a trope, not a distinct design. That's
yeah.
There's always a big motherfucker in classic. Usually. I think it's seconds or something. the Sonic 1 soundtrack, besides, you know, good old Green Hill, I think Springyard is one of my favorite music tracks.
It's definitely one of mine.
It's very 90s, let's put it that way, but in a good way. Like, this sounds like something you'd hear on fucking Fresh Prince or something. Yeesh.
There is definitely a groove to Springyard. It's also got a very distinct, like almost all this level uses a lot of secondary color palette. The background is purple and green. Level is like a bluish green, and this like darker red, like orange, brown, red color.
Orangey color, orangey brown color. Yeah.
Also, if you did not beat that thing, you're gonna have to go up.
But yeah, but Springyard is... I've seen the beta version, oh Jesus. But, yeah, Marble's not bad, it's just my problem is with a lot of Sonic music, I like something that's a little bit more, either funky or give me rock. Gee, it's like I play a shit ton of SA2, so of course that's my bias.
I mean, I like this game's entire soundtrack, so I am completely biased in every way.
It's fair, and this soundtrack is still, like, even though I have a, my issue is not, my music preference, not how this music's constructed. The whole soundtrack slaps.
Yeah. Like,
even if I don't care for something like Labyrinth, Labyrinth is still a pretty good song. It has the right vibe you need for what Labyrinth is.
Labyrinth has music, I'm just used to drowning music. That's a jab, I actually do hear Labyrinth's music fairly often.
But this is definitely not my favorite soundtrack. That has to, in terms of Genesis soundtracks, I may be a stereotypical bitch. I'm gonna go with 3. The actual.
Oh yeah, this one also got changed a little bit in this version
to make it match the 4:3 aspect ratio, basically.
Yeah.
Which...
Also, you did leave an invincibility behind in the pit right before all those jumps.
I knew there was one there. I kind of just forgot it, especially.
And following the bumpers up top, I think has either an extra life, a shield, or both.
This is why I don't mind people who like these games co-commentating, because I don't mind having the info. That was my bad.
Oh, I mean, you're going back over there now, so you can grab what you want out of it if you want to.
But...
You may want to get a ring, though. There's no rings on the way over.
But yeah, in terms of Genesis games, I would say my favorite soundtrack's probably 3. But 3 also has a chunky soundtrack.
Paul, I think you know the answer to that question. You can buy it before you ask it. I don't think Ultra's playing the GBA port.
Nope. There's literally no reason to play it with things like Origins existing and stuff.
I also note the only reason I know where that secret shit is in this zone, including like the invincibility and the extra life, is I was stuck on this boss a while as a kid. Died to this thing all the time. Because I didn't know if I could jump. I didn't know as a kid that I could jump and hit it while it was in the air. But you can get him when he pops down. I know that nowadays. Nowadays it's not a problem. Back then, kid me struggled.
Oh, I missed the alert for his what following, apparently. Is my alerts working?
I thought you said thanks, SWAT, when you saw that.
Well, I was saying, he's also popped
I didn't see the good luck Pingus thing. I thought that you were saying thanks for the follow, because it was almost immediately after it came up.
Oh, I didn't, again, I need like 4 monitors sometimes, man. I'm having to keep, I want to keep OBS up to just know that it's not fucking up, and I'm also keeping the... Really? That's an achievement for fucking Origins? Literally just use an air bubble.
That sounds right to me, sadly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot I have every achievement in this game.
You didn't drown yet. Well...
Yeah, none of these were difficult. Or aside from doing the challenges, I want to say.
Yeah, which at that point you're doing a modern collections challenge mode. Of course, they're gonna be a pain in the butt.
Well, the challenges are also like they have their problems, definitely. Here comes. Nope, not yet. It's the next level. Oh, no. Yeah, no, we're not at that point yet. I've recognized the formation, but not exactly where the Orbinaut is appearing.
Oh, yeah, there was... I think I remember when you were talking about the asshole Orbinaut.
Yeah, like, there's one or two Orbinauts in this little, like, Cape of the Passion. As an adult, I now know, hey, I can duck and not get hit by this guy. But I do have to not duck, like, return from ducking at a bad time, or I will get my face hit by a spike ball. Oh, actually, I think I'm thinking of Act 2, even. Or is it coming up? Sections of this level look very similar sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a different part.
Don't like Labyrinth Zone. I know that is the coldest of takes, but...
I can never tell if those are corks or sponges.
I think they're meant to be corks, because corks float. But yeah, like, Labyrinth really feels like a zone that'd be more befitting of a Mario-style game, not Sonic, given it is very stop and go.
It was also a little, I would say surprising, but I think it does make some sense that Sonic 4 Episode 1 decided to pull a Labyrinth inspired area as opposed to the other zones in 1. Labyrinth is memorable and makes for a different set piece to what they already had.
Well, yeah, it was a kit bash of 1 and 2, because it's knockoff Green Hill, knockoff Labyrinth, knockoff
Casino Night,
and then knockoff Metropolis. It was a weird...
Not in that order. The casino comes before Labyrinth.
Well, it doesn't matter. You can play them in any order in that game anyway. Because...
And then there's Egg Station, which is not really knockoff Death Egg, but the last boss is knockoff Death Egg.
It's Death Egg coded, at least. Despite the fact feeling more like Final Zone.
It's actually one of the harder bosses in the series. The air.
No, I should not have survived that.
No, you should not have. This is the area with the switch in the ring box.
Yep, there it is. It's a little bit easier to see in this. Come on.
I just know which one it is from constant play.
Fuck you!
Okay, yeah, this is the part with the Orbinauts that I hate.
Oh yeah, because you're gonna get clipped by going down. Fuck you!
That's not the one in question. The one in question is on this climb back up. Him to a degree as well if you don't get down there in time with the invincibility. There he is.
If I keep my eyes closed, he won't hurt me! Holy shit, that worked! Look, I'm always gonna go for...
I want to say you can't quite see, like, the spike ball does as well.
I think my main difficulty is Genesis Sonic, so I play a lot more. Yeah, because you also have, like, more abilities in those games, like, depending on which one, but yeah.
Advance 1, I say, plays a bit more like Sonic 1, because there is a little more core platforming, as before Dim's really tried to incorporate all the speed into the advanced games. 2 and 3 play much differently.
Yeah, because 2 is a lot more like Proto Rush, and then 3 has the team-up mechanic.
So, as a question, are you going to take the shorter path or the longer path?
Don't remember the shortcut in this one, Top of the Dome.
This one isn't really a shortcut, it's more level knowledge. Because as aggravating as it may sound, the path that is underwater, where you take that path right there in the middle down, is faster.
Really?
Is one of the few times the low path is faster in an old game.
I was gonna say, like, usually its higher path is faster path. That's... Huh. Because I kind of expect that kind of switcheroo in a later Sonic game, where it's like, ah, you thought the upper path was the fast one. No! Pay attention, dingus.
It is easy to die on this path, though, so just important.
Yeah.
Because that fucking switch up there, there is bubbles down. I think you can't get crushed with that path you just took under that spike.
We're good. We groovy.
And lo and behold, that is the last checkpoint.
Wow. Oh shit.
Get back to the left, they'll come back down.
Yep. There you go.
Usually. I know it bugs out in the original. You can't ride all the way up, you gotta actually platform.
Yep. And then you gotta get with one of the more dumber bosses in this series.
The platforming challenge.
The egg chase. It was a bubble luck. No! You know, be more consistent and better for money? Giving me a donation. Pay me. Link's right there. You can use it. It won't bite. Probably. Unless you're into that.
You're gonna be careful at this point. Oh, but that's the top right there.
Get back here, fat man!
That climb has also taken me a bit as a kid, though I think I know it well enough these days to where usually it's not a problem anymore. The biggest problem is if you fall through one specific spot on that climb, you are going all the way back to the bottom and you are basically screwed.
Yep. I always think there's another zone between Labyrinth and Starlight.
No, and from what I remember too, the level order was originally going to be very different in this game.
Labyrinth was second.
Yes, I think Marble was third.
Yeah, Labyrinth was second. Springyard,
I think Starlight was fourth. Springyard was fifth, which when you look at the level length of Springyard, makes sense. Although I think, actually, no, Starlight I think may have been second, because Starlight's very short.
No, Labyrinth was second. Because that's
Scrap Ring was always last, though.
Yeah, Scrap Ring was always last, because it's literally Eggman's base. That's the whole point.
Though I believe it was originally going to be called Clockwork Castle.
Which, to be fair, still a good name. I think Scrap Ring better fits, especially with how it looks, but Clockwork Castle is also just a solid zone.
There is an OC remix, like one of the few that I do listen to, that it goes by, for Scrap Ring, that goes by Clockwork Criminal.
Also good.
Which is a nice little callback to that.
Honestly, I feel like, especially with the, oh, fuck, I forgot his fucked up identity in the comics in IAW. You could use, like, a Clockwork Castle as when he's in his, Tinkerer identity.
Yeah, despite my, like, well known by our group, like, affinity with this series, the comics is a big gap in my knowledge.
There's a lot of it, too, because, like, we joke about IW is the current stuff, so there's a lot of relevant stuff with that. You got the old Archie runs, but there's also Fleetway, too, because Fleetway, there is a devoted fan base to that, but that's also the British side. And Fleetway had some weirdo shit, too. Again, I need to sit down and read most of it. I would like to, especially for the Archie run, I've sampled bits and pieces here because there was an old fan site I trolled when I was a kid, which had like a bunch of web-hosted pages of the Sonic comics, but it was not everything. It was only bits and pieces. But that's how I did sample some of the Archie books at the time. This was like in 2008 or so. I don't even remember what the site was called. I think it's probably lost the time.
I barely even watched the cartoons. I have like one episode of Sonic Underground on a DVD somewhere, which that may have been part of a Mario DVD, if memory serves.
Yeah, because there was...
and I have not seen any of like the Sad AM or Underground past that. I have seen X, and I've seen bits and pieces of Boom, but that's it.
Yeah, because I've seen clips of Boom. I've seen a smattering of X, but not in direct order. It was just whatever I could find on YouTube. Kind of the same thing I did with, when I've watched chunks of Battle Network. I've seen, like, chunks of each season, usually more of the early stuff, but that's about it. And of X, I've seen chunks of Sad AM, mostly clips of Adventure. I think Underground's the one I may have seen slightly more of. And I would like to sit down and at least watch Sad AM, and even though it is kind of a mess, I wouldn't mind actually watching X, but X I would watch the dub, or the Japanese version, just to get rid of all the 4-kidisms. Oh boy, the seesaw bombs.
Oh boy, the seesaw bombs indeed. He will never drop one on the one you're standing on.
That makes sense.
So if you want one-on-one that you're standing on, you gotta get off it.
I usually don't bother actually hitting...
What's always funny is going to the one you know he's gonna place it on, then immediately flinging it right back in his face.
Yeah, I don't bother with that strat. I mostly just bother with the jumping up
yourself.
It's a lot more consistent.
Yeah, if I hit him with it by if I am doing the other thing, I'm doing it usually by accident.
Same. It's funny as shit. Don't get me wrong. Like hell if I'm gonna pull it off, especially in this version because I'm not used to the screen size. Ah, fuck. I'm out of sync. I'm out.
I have lost track of how many times you've hit him.
I got 5 or 6. Hey, look, a talking egg! Look, I'm gonna... Any Sonic voice stuff, I'm gonna usually go toward the adventure cadence.
That's also in part because I went to quickly go and do my dailies.
Bond makes my screen go good. Yeah, I prefer... It's part of the reason I've had, like, known grumblings of, like, the more modern Sonic stuff. I hate they, like, tone down Eggman being evil. I'm like, no! He's a goddamn menace!
That's death.
Yep. Like, he is literally shoving living creatures into robots to use as a power source. That's fucking terrifying.
He is an unethical person.
He is fucked in the head in all kinds of ways. That I hate that he consistently ends up being a joke. I'm like, no! Are you fucking kidding me?
It'll be interesting to see how you end up going through this level, because there's like 10,000 different ways to go through Scrap Brain Act 1.
Yeah. But... like, I know we meme him, like, oh yeah, he blew up the moon. I'm like, the fucker blew up the moon! That is... all kinds of fucked.
Also for reference, because I know you did not start playing the game immediately when you went live, you have been live for 57 minutes. My point stands.
Yeah.
1 hour.
Again, I needed something short, and I'm like, go for this. Because, 2 would have taken me 2 hours.
2 is like a 90-minute game, yeah, especially if you're going for the half pipes, because that's just not consistent.
That'd be a lot easier in Organs.
It'd be easier in this because of the 3D, yeah, but...
3D and the continuous system. Oh, shit! Ginyoku blocks! Sonic, what uppies?
I think it's always been kind of interesting to me is that the Game Gear version, which has some of, but not all of, the zones from 1 proper, does have Labyrinth and Scrap Brain, but uses different songs for them.
Yeah, I think the only one that has the same song is
Green Hill.
Yeah.
But to be frank, in some ways I prefer Labyrinth's Game Gear Labyrinth. Game Gear Scrap Brain's good too. I like them both kind of equally, but I very much prefer the Genesis one.
Hit me people blew up the moon. Is he a menace? Yes.
Nothing said he wasn't. You can be a guy with good intentions and still be a menace.
Roshi also did it too. We all agree he is definitely a menace. But yeah, going back to that previous conversation, I don't like Eggman being played up as a joke more often than not. I prefer Bowser being made fun of, sure. Because there's also many times where Bowser's just like, I'm not doing the kidnapping thing today. What the hell?
Oh, the Champions Meet is a lot easier doing that in a minute too.
But Eggman, like, has many a time, like, everything he does is for world conquest and killing shit.
There's, I think, like 3 paths in this level, too.
I'm not surprised. I got a spell in here. Yeah, how far are you in AW Sonic? I have not read at all. All I know is the post-it notes from, like, what's being spread, which typically is more about the new characters. Because I know stuff like Metal Virus, which is just like, okay, yes, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, just hearing about the Metal Virus plan, I was like, yeah, what? This should have been a game plot. What the fuck? I don't mind, like, the characters making fun of Eggman. It's more of, like, the game itself making fun of him. 'Cause that happened a lot in Unleashed on up, basically. Like, he has a legit good plan, but, like, everything around him doing it is... Frackin', especially with... I don't like Orba and Cuba. I kind of wish they go away. I get the, like, tradition at this point of having, like,
Falco, Agree, who else am I
forgetting? Woo! Now I'm on the upper.
Last time I tried running Tycoon one of these, it did not go well. Bring the El Condor. Alright. Did you take the upper path this time?
Yep.
It has this slightly more dangerous section, but overall it's definitely a quicker section.
There we go.
I say slightly more dangerous as someone who's played the original where you cannot just do what you just did.
Yep.
It stresses me out every time I go there.
Suffer a bit of Team Rocket. Yeah, I think Eggman almost suffers it worse because Team Rocket, by the end of the day, the worst they want to do is do a little bit of kidnapping as a marketing treat. Whereas Eggman, like I said, dude has tried and almost blown up the planet multiple times. Why is he being considered a joke?
Looks at Unleashed.
He actually is blown to the planet. I was just thinking of Adventure. He blew up half the fucking moon. And only on accident when he's about to literally colony drop the planet to blow it up. He almost won.
Alright, not to detract. Are you taking the shortcut that skips the entirety of this stage, practically?
If I remember how to do it, it's not that hard.
You have to beat the sliding ruins down to the bottom.
Yeah.
And then you need to take that path and not fall until you have no choice. There's spikes down there.
I think I was gonna Butterfinger and go the wrong way anyway, so that was a good save. Try that again.
So just follow this path. You need to not fall until you have no choice. You'll know it's the correct one because there are rings down the path where you would fall.
Look, it's Labyrinth Zone Act 4. I want out.
Yeah, after I learned watching a race that you can just do this, I've done it every time. Yeah, the problem is it is easy to die on that section. There's a lot of obstacles.
Yeah, Eggman conquered 99% of the planet and still lost. Yeah. At least forces they try to make him go back to being semi-serious, but the problem is the writers had no idea how to actually write him serious. I think that was the same team that did Colors. Because a lot of that writing crew just did not give a fuck about making their villains be taken seriously.
A little further.
I know. I'm trying
not
to.
The big one.
I was trying to.
There you go.
I was trying to get my momentum.
I forgot there were rings on that other one. That's the only reason I interjected.
No, that's fine. I was just trying to get my momentum going.
There's one more spike ball set, so just yeah.
Saw it.
Not having your rings there, I was going to be a problem. I knew.
And we're once we're back in last lost.
Alright, Aguri, it looks like you're going to be my mainstay on this one.
Oh, get it, Cap. I'll get that at some point, probably after this.
Am I going to do the thing I've been doing where I try not to get 3 in a row?
Oh, so you avoid doing that?
Yes.
Honestly, don't blame me, because I think you're an unranked, usually, right?
Yeah, I go for the league. No, I go for the league where anything goes.
That's fair, because you're...
And I want to say that is still... And I want to say the other one still does not limit you to... I know they were going to change it to A+. I don't think they've done that yet. Also, yeah, you're out now.
Woo, Final Zone! After this fight.
I mean, with the spin dash, this boss becomes easier.
I mean, it's also not even that hard of a fight. It's just pay attention.
No, but it is trivialized significantly with the spin dash, because you can just spin dash away from the electric orbs, and they're the only threatening thing in this boss fight.
Yeah.
Like, you can stay on one spot in here, just spin dash when they start falling, and you're good.
I just don't want to do it because I will overuse it and get myself killed. So it's better to play it slower and safe.
The nostalgia buff in me was very, very pleased when I saw this at the end of one of Metallic Madness and Mania.
Yeah, because they cameoed a lot of good fights in that.
Well, also, because it's the first final boss, that gap's not always good enough to stand in. It depends on how close the orbs are.
Yeah, it licked me in the heel. Damn it. Oh well.
The Sonic 1 AV test I had, this is my first... which one was that render? One of the Scrap Brain levels? Scrap Brain 1. Yeah, that's a... If you don't know Sonic 1, that's bad.
You're clipping into the red a little bit. Let me...
That's because I'm laughing, probably.
It was clipping even when you were standard talking, so but yeah, I just fixed it. I just turned it down like a smidge. You should be like clipping into the yellow now like I've been.
Strictly the upper path is still usually fine. Though the path ultra turn I think is one of the most smooth ones. We don't worry too much about the bottomless pit, so damage. Oh, excuse me, this lobby looks like it is, stupid, if I'm looking at this correctly.
You really can't get a double hit on this guy, huh?
Oh, yep, no, almost all these horses are way better than mine. Alright.
There we go! Game clear!
Well, not quite yet.
Game clear.
Until you are no longer able to move, it is not game clear. Now it is game clear.
He's not gonna kill you with that.
And I think they skip the credits, you just get a cutscene, so... Yep. Well, you get this cutscene, then you get the Origins cutscene. You won't see the credits.
Which means oh man, I don't get the Sonic 1 credits music. That's actually pretty good.
Nope, you do not get the medley.
Finger! No, here's credits.
No, I'm wrong. Okay.
Yay, medley!
And it would take you straight to CD if you decide to continue.
Yeah, it would.
CD's not long either.
No, but I only wanted one game.
Fair enough. CD is another one of those ones I have a weird soft spot for, in part because I got Mega Collection before having played it, and the intro cutscene is in the theater there.
I was gonna say no, Gems had CD, but okay.
Gems had it, and that's when I finally got to play it.
Yeah, Blake, can you do it again? God damn it, Paul. Let's see, yeah, hour and 9 minutes. It'd be probably like hour 10 or 12 once we...
And if you don't count the time where you weren't actually starting, it probably took you close to an hour on its own.
Yeah. Probably would have been slightly longer, but you gave me the good tips. Yeah, one's mostly normal.
Ah, got past.
Again, my preferred one for Genesis games is going to be 3 of Knuckles, but 3 of Knuckles just has, like, one, it's way more zones. You get the Insta-Shield, the Elemental Shields.
Oh, I still love playing 3 of Knuckles, don't get me wrong. But I also know where all the Emerald Rings are, and I tend to trivialize that game on every playthrough.
Yeah, there's a reason why I think both Origins and Air has a supersonic button now instead of the superseding your double jump. Because, yeah, you don't want to use it all the damn time. Especially because I would end up going for hypersonic, which makes it even worse. Presented by Sega. It's funny.
And then him stomping the Ensign, which is one of my favorite things.
Poor Ensign.
There is one specific little frame where it is fully squished, as opposed to, like, slightly.
Yep. I mean, he's fucking trying to do the goddamn Pixar opening bit.
Pretty much. And this predates Pixar.
A little bit, yeah.
Because this is 91. Pixar, I think, was mostly 90s, 2000s.
Very late 90s, yeah. Hey, Cyan Emerald, where the fuck were you? Hey, what? There's a 7th one? What does that mean?
Excuse to have the last one out there.
Ah, well, I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I got other shit to do. Meanwhile... Compass... Death. That's not how you use the tarot! Hi, little planet.
It is strange that has come back as a plot point device in Sonic games twice.
For episode 2 and...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's one there. Also, I'm gonna let this least jam out because... It's US.
Oh, it's US. Okay, good.
But I like.
I say that as I say good. I just like Sonic. That is the reason I'm saying.
I like both songs. I will agree in terms of the vocal tracks. I prefer Sonic Boom. It just has the right energy. I feel like, like if you made a Sonic anime, this would be the fucking opening.
It's also very 90s.
Hell yeah, but it's fucking Sonic. It should be.
It's a supersonic flight, gotta keep it going. Sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic boom. It's running fast. Sonic boom.
It is weird going from the more cleaner cutscenes to this. They didn't just try to clean the old one pretty good.
Sonic boom, spinning through the world in motion. Sonic boom, sonic boom.
It's too far. I need to double check this Aguri quickly, actually. Is this the Aguri that I did the run of recently that didn't get the right acceleration skill? No, this is a different one.
Because I think if you have to change the soundtrack for CD, you have to... mode. Yeah,
I think because of how it works in this game, you would have to go into the game itself first.
Yeah, because it basically is...
And I think it defaults to US
Yeah.
when you are in English.
Nope, yes, it does give you the cutscenes, you can just play it normally.
Okay, so you did not have to do that then. But it is a good way to kind of charter an actual playthrough set.
Yeah.
I forget if you actually have to beat it for an achievement as well. When you have to clear the 4 titles, that's not quite the same.
Yeah, because it pretty much, in terms of how they loaded CD in here, it's a jerry-rigged version of the 2013 version. So it's a little weird how they did that. Where's the...
Right, playing as Amy is also something that was added in this.
Yeah, for the Plus version. Yep, there's CDs or opening, there's CD ending, CD outro, 2...
Yeah, the other reason obviously to do it would be for the Origins ending, since that's only going to be there.
And here's all the... Because yeah, it also has all the Mania Adventure episodes built in, which is nice. Which is just an extension. Which... Oh wait, that's Mania Adventures, which is for... Okay.
Adventures was on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm more just like, wait a minute, that's Mania Adventures, but this is Origins. Which means, yeah, we're gonna see Mighty and Ray in here. Where's Sega Sonic?
Not there.
God damn it! That's my complaint with this collection. Is like, yeah, it has the things it should, just where the fuck's my Jackson pieces?
But it's missing a few things that it does, that you would think it should, it doesn't have.
See, Spinball doesn't have either version of 3D Blast, doesn't have Sega Sonic. I'm glad they added in the Game Gear stuff, but it's also only the Game Gear versions, so none of the Master System versions, which for a 16:9 game would be nice to have the MS versions for at least 1, 2, and Tails 1, which would have been Chaos? Yes.
Chaos is Sonic and Tails 1 outside of, yes.
I think those are the ones that had Master System versions. Blast did, but only in Brazil. It was not a good version. But yeah, it's missing some oddities here. I don't expect Sega Sonic to get in, because one, good luck trying to get an arcade game like that behaving.
Yeah.
But also, like, arcade games more often are ones that I feel like need actual preservation shit like this than, say, the Sonic Genesis games. There's a reason why it's the meme of, like, if you're a Sonic fan, how many versions of Sonic 1 do you own? Which I think in terms of my back catalog, I own an official cartridge, I own this, I have Mega Collection Plus, the Steam version, Generations X Shadow. Or no, Generations X Shadow took it out. Never mind. I have Gens twice, so we still count 2. I don't have... There's some key versions I don't have. Like, even as like a more semi-casual Sonic fan, I have 6 fucking copies of the first game, for God's sake. It is not hard to get a copy of Sonic 1, whereas Sega Sonic's never had a re-release. I'm trying to think of what other Sonic games could really use a port at this point, or a port or a remaster or what have you. Thoughts for another day. But yeah, that wasn't too bad. I'll probably pick up some of the other games later just to knock out this collection. It's weird to do CD before 2, but eh. Mostly harmless. That is not the B-Foot. That's the B-Foot. I don't know if I'm going to do CD next, or if I'm going to do Final Fantasy next, or what. I just need to keep my... I want to do the streaming schedule of Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, or at least those are my streaming days. And we'll see from there, once I get a job, how that's going to tweak out. But, at least I got a stream done, finally. Need to keep this up a little better. I'm gonna pop off. Take it easy.